Welcome to the Abundance Hack Show, where we are inspiring you to tap into your power to manifest the happiness, success, and fulfillment that you desire. I am your host, Niajae, the Upper Limit Coach. I am here to dismantle your limiting beliefs and remove the blocks so you can confidently live your life's purpose, because life is meant to be abundant. Hey M&Ms, thank you for tuning into the Abundance Hack Show. What are you manifesting in your life today? If you are joining me for the first time, I want to explain, although M&Ms are really yummy candies, it actually stands for magical manifestors, because we are manifesting by default. Our thoughts, our feelings, the words that we speak is manifesting our reality. And if you are listening to this podcast, you are manifesting some magic, because the tips and tricks and healing modalities that I share and the guests share are helping you live intentionally and manifest the things that you truly desire. So what are you manifesting in your life today? We're on episode number 86, A Decadent You Part 3. So in episode 82 and 84, I shared part 1 and 2 of A Decadent You. So what is a decadent you? A decadent you is you in your fullest expression, not holding back, not toning yourself down, not dulling your shine for the comfort of others. We have to stand in our truth, stand in our power, stand in our sovereignty, and be unapologetic about it. And sometimes that is really difficult for people, because there's certain growth processes that we have to go through, things that we have to experience, the uncomfortable moments we have to push through. So a decadent you is 6 steps to stepping into your power and sovereignty. So I want to do a quick recap just in case you didn't catch the previous episodes. So step number 1 is clarity around who you are, and really getting clear about that without the social norm. So not who society tells you you should be, not who your parents tell you you should be, but really getting clear on who you are, your mission in this world, and how you want to show up in this world. So peeling back the layers of what society says you should be doing at your age, or what your parents feel you should be doing, really getting clear on your desires. We so often suppress our desires because we feel like we should be a certain way, we should want a certain thing. And then we get into self-worth. We feel like we're worth this. So we don't desire this because we only feel like we deserve this. So really getting clear on your desires without, the things that life piles on top of you. Very, very powerful. Number 2 is confidence. There's so many layers of confidence, and it goes into that whole self-worth thing, but there's so many layers of confidence. It's beyond just liking your physical appearance. It's confident in your gifts, confident in your ability to take up space in the world, confident in how you show up, confident in, the not needing validation from others. There's so many layers of it. So those 2 were shared on episode number 82. If you want to check that out, I will post the link for that in the show notes. So definitely check it out if you didn't watch it, because it's some powerful information. And then step number 3 is courage. Courage has recently been one of my favorite things to talk about. And I think that it's because we're in a time right now where so many people are sharing their voice. And then you have people that are afraid to share their voice, or people who really just want to be silent right now. And that's okay. So having social courage, and social courage is standing in your truth, even at the risk of rejection or disapproval. So staying true to you, whether that's speaking up, whether that's being silent, whether that's disagreeing or agreeing with someone, standing in your truth, even at the risk of disapproval or rejection. There's so many times we do what we feel is going to allow people to like us or love us. And we're denying who we are, how we feel, or our beliefs because we want people to like or love us. So social courage is saying, like, no, I'm going to be true to myself. And that's at the risk of certain people disapproving, even people that you love and care about. I'm going to be true to myself. I'm going to choose me. I'm going to choose my truth. And the beautiful thing about that is that you actually start attracting people who resonate with you, or even if they don't resonate with your specific belief, they respect you and your truth, and that is beautiful. So sometimes it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable being out there in the arena, putting yourself out there. But when you do, you attract people that love you for you rather than the you that you felt you had to be for people to like or love you. It is nothing better than being liked, loved, and respected for who you truly are. Woo! You guys, when I get worked up. Okay, so the next step number 4 is communication. Communicating from a place of emotional intelligence. So if you know me, if you've been listening for a while, you know, when I find something that I find like really intriguing that can help with self-development and personal growth, I dive in. So communicating from a place of emotional intelligence, if you can do that, it is going to help you cultivate deeper connections. And I believe that communication is the foundation of all relationships, business, romantic, friends, family, everything. It's the foundation. So having that tool in your tool belt is going to help you cultivate deeper connections. So I'm a huge advocate for emotional intelligence. And I did an episode with Antisa Jensen, and it's one of my favorite interviews. So if you didn't check that out, definitely check that out. So I go over step 3 and 4 in episode number 84. So I know that I'm mentioning a lot of episodes, but it's really powerful information. I wouldn't bring it back up if it's not worth listening to. So I will have the links to all of those episodes I just mentioned. So part number 1, A Decadent You, part number 1, episode 82. Part number 2 is episode 84. And I will also put the episode with Antisa Jensen on emotional intelligence in the show notes. So definitely go check those out and let me know what you think, because I think they're amazing, but I'm a little biased. So anyway, we are going to go over step number 5 and 6 in this episode. So step number 5 is humility. Humility is a word that I think is very similar to abundance. If you've been listening for a while, you know that every guest, I ask them, what does abundance mean to you? And every single guest has a different answer. So I feel like people have different perceptions of what humility is. So let me explain how I see humility. Humility to me is the understanding that our purpose is bigger than us. And this is really just understanding that some of the little things in life that we tend to like get frustrated over or we're worried about in a big scheme of things don't really matter. So some people see, and understanding that is humbling. So you know that like, okay, it's not just about me. And so I want to say, I love improv that yes and. So I want to say, and it's also understanding that the universe wants to give you everything that you desire in this lifetime. And you're also here to serve a bigger purpose that's bigger than just you. So that's how I see life. That's how I see humility. And specifically in the Decadent program, we dive into humility from 2 aspects, understanding that our purpose is bigger than us. This is something that was a hard pill for me to swallow. I'll get into that in a second. And then also really checking our ego. And when I say checking your ego, I don't think that ego is a bad thing. I did an episode on ego. I don't think ego is a bad thing, but specifically loving our inner child. So usually it's our inner child is the thing that causes our ego to flare up, that causes us to get defensive, that causes us to have attitudes or, lash out at people. It's our ego kicking in. So the more you love and nurture your inner child, the less your ego flares up and the more you can be humble. So really powerful stuff, really, really powerful stuff. But I do want to share with you, for me, I knew my purpose at a pretty young age. And when I received that message, I was like, nope, no, thank you. I'll pass. No, thanks. I'm not here for that. Like, nope. And so here's the thing, like, it's so funny. I told this story, but just in case you're tuning in and you haven't heard this story. So when I was young, I was in church or something of the sort. No, I was in church, not something of the sort. I was in church, and the preacher said, God will use you as he sees fit to, like, make a difference in the world. So our purpose is bigger than us. And I was like, I don't want him to use me. Like, I want my life to be for me, like, not him using me to, like, do stuff in the world. And this, I was young. I probably was like 13 years old or something like that. So that was my first, like, because I felt like the preacher was speaking directly to me. Like, this was like a direct, and I don't even know, like, it's so fuzzy now as far as like the surroundings. Like, I feel like it was someone speaking directly to me. And anyway, I said, no, thank you. I said, nope, I want my life to be about me. A little selfish, I'll admit it. But that was my first, like realization of like this whole thing of like, we have a purpose and we're meant to make an impact and a difference in the world in our own little way. And who knows what that could be? It's going to be different for every single person. Some people, it could be raising a really amazing child. Some people, it could be starting a really amazing business. Some people, it could be writing a book that's going to be read for years and years and years. Think about like Think and Grow Rich, like how much of an impact that book has made in the world. So everyone's purpose and journey is different. And in that moment, I was just like, nope, I want to choose what I want to do with my life. I don't want to be used. So that is when I was like a preteen or whatever. So then I had a more recent experience in the last like few years where I had a direct download. So you guys know we get a little woo-woo. So I'm still understanding the clear abilities. I'm still understanding how, my spirit guides or the universe communicates with me. So this was like my first clear message of like, you are a vessel. It is meant for you to do this, this, and this. And I broke down crying when I received this message, this download, whatever you want to call it. I broke down crying, and I tell this story and I can laugh now. And I actually talk about it on an upcoming episode. It's so good. But I'm like, I don't want to be a vessel. And it goes back to that moment when I was 13 in church and I had that direct message of like, God is going to use you. And I try not to say God just because I have so many different listeners with so many different religious beliefs. So I usually just say universe. So whatever higher being you believe in, I do believe in God, but I like to say I like to say universe. So whoever is listening can insert whatever higher being they believe in, because it's more about spiritual practices and less about the specifics of religion. Does that make sense? So I received that message at a young age and I was like, no, thank you. So I needed a dose of humility because I was just like, no, like I want my life to be about me, like a little selfish. But then I had that same message as an adult because I've been doing so much inner work and so much like raising my level of consciousness. And so I had this direct message of like, you are a vessel, you're meant to do this, this, and this. And I cried because I was just like, no, I don't want to be a vessel. And I know I'm getting off topic, but it's such a good story that ties into this. We have to realize that we don't have to, but I think that on your journey, especially if you're on a spiritual journey and you're looking for some form of spiritual awakening, part of that is understanding that our purpose is bigger than us and that we are here to make an impact. Obviously, I'm about abundance. So we are here to enjoy the journey and we're here to leave some type of legacy. So that is how I understand humility. And part of that is keeping the ego in check. So I believe we should be confident. We should have confidence in who we are, how we look, how we feel, our gifts. We should be confident. So humility to me is not downplaying yourself, toning yourself down. And I think that this is something that a lot of people do, especially women. If someone says, oh, your hair is beautiful, it's like, oh, it's frizzy today. Like we have this habit for some reason of downplaying ourselves, or like, like, oh, that's a beautiful bracelet. And, a woman will say, oh, this whole thing, I've had it forever. Like, rather than just being like, you know what? Thank you. My hair is nice, maybe not say that, but like, I feel like people tiptoe around just really accepting compliments, really accepting and owning their gifts, their skills, their uniqueness, their beauty. Like if someone gives you a compliment, say thank you. Don't downplay yourself. Don't do it. So that's one thing I do want to say about humility. Like I think that some people think, oh, I can't talk about this because it's going to sound like bragging. If you have something to celebrate, celebrate you. If you got a promotion, if you wrote a book, if you came out with a program, if you ran an extra mile during your workout, celebrate you and don't feel bad about it. There is nothing wrong with celebrating you. There is nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. There is nothing wrong with being confident. So humility is not being confident or not celebrating you or not being proud of your accomplishments. So I just want to put that out there, because I think that, like I said, humility has a lot of different perceptions, and it's not lacking confidence or downplaying yourself. It's not that. Be confident, but understand that there is a greater plan. There is a purpose that each one of us are here. Like you are here for a reason. And it's humbling to know that you're here for a reason and that you serve a greater purpose. So that's how I understand humility. Definitely comment on whatever platform you are tuning in from, how you understand humility. What's your take on humility?
Why do we hold ourselves back? Why do we tone ourselves down for the comfort of others? It is time to be you, all of you. It is time to be decadent and become the fully expressed version of yourself. The world will never know your greatness if you tiptoe through life to avoid making someone feel insecure or inferior because your light shines bright. Go to Niajae.com/decadent to download the 6 steps to a decadent you, to embrace your fullest expression and be unapologetic about it.
Step number 6 is purpose. Now, I talked a little bit in the humility part about purpose, but I believe that purpose is everything. Purpose is everything, is why we're here. If you are seeking some type of fulfillment in your life and you feel lost, the way that I see it, I gave this example a long time ago, like probably one of my like first episodes or something. It's kind of like that game of hot and cold, right? So, when you're a kid, you hide something and the person goes to look for it and you tell them like hot, hot, hot when they're getting closer, and then like cold, cold, cold when they're like far away from it. So that is how I see life and purpose. I think that the closer you get to your purpose, the more alive you feel, the more things are setting your soul on fire, the more tingles you get in your body. And I get tingles. These days all the time. The more you feel like full, like my heart is so full, it's going to explode. That's how you know you're hot. You're getting closer to your purpose. The more you feel lack, void, sadness, depression, like anxiety, the further away you're getting from your purpose, the colder you are. That is how I see it. So I know it's like a silly, childish game that I'm referring to, but really think about it. Like the people that are thriving and they're just feeling alive. And let me just specify, it's not always about making money. So when I say thriving, not just people making money, because there's a lot of people that make money that are not serving their purpose and are still depressed. So money doesn't equate to happiness. Just to put that out there. But also, not saying that serving and not making money equates to happiness either. So it's really not about, when I say thriving, I'm talking about internal fulfillment, not material things. Want to specify that. So people that are thriving, people that are genuinely happy and fulfilled. So not about people posting on social media for the gram, but people, when you speak to them and you ask them how they're feeling, not on social media, how they're actually feeling. If they wake up in the morning with this zest for life and they're just like, yes, like I am ready to like, conquer the day. Like that is how you know you're close and you're in the arena of living your purpose. And I think that a lot of people search for what their purpose is, and that's a whole nother part of the journey, really getting clear. And that's the first step, clarity. So what do you feel really passionate about? What sets your soul on fire? What gets you worked up, tapped in, turned on? That's that clarity portion that we mentioned in the first step. So really stepping into that. And there's so many times people don't do it out of fear, out of a lack of courage, because they play it safe. Let me just tell you, your purpose is going to challenge you. Your purpose is going to challenge you because it is meant to make you stronger, so you step into your power, so you step into your sovereignty. So it's not going to just be easy. Like, the easy route is, getting like a regular corporate 9-to-5 job. And this is just an example, because it's not saying that if you have a corporate job, you're not living your purpose. But myself as like an entrepreneur, the safe route for me would be to get a 9-to-5 corporate job and have stability, or like what people consider to be stability. And rather than going out and risking starting my own business and starting a podcast and starting a coaching business and doing sound therapy where, there's no guarantee, like people would consider that risky. So there's a lot of people that don't choose that risky route to play it safe. And so when they're in that moment, and this is just a random example, I'm using like myself as an example. If I was to work a 9-to-5 job, I would be dead inside. I'm just being real with you guys. I would be dead inside. That's me personally, but I'm someone who loves business. Like I literally wanted to be a business owner since I was like a kid, like before I even understood like what business even was. Like I came out like, I feel like I'm so full of stories today, but I have to tell you. So like literally as like a child, like if my grandmother asked me for like $1, like let's say we're like at the ice cream truck and like I always had money. Like I'm telling you guys, I came out an entrepreneur, but my grandmother is like, oh, I'm short on change. Like, like, can you give me $1 till we get back to the house? I'd be like, okay, well, when we get back to the house, you have to give me 5. Like, where does it come from? I've always been an entrepreneur. Like I am legit a business owner at heart. So for me personally, this is just me. If I was to play it safe and work a 9-to-5 job, I would be denying who I am. I would be denying my purpose. I would be denying my journey. I would be denying my gifts. And that would cause me to die inside, like literally die inside. So I feel like when people have voids and they have that empty feeling and they have that like something's missing, lean into that, lean into that feeling. Like figure out what is it that's missing, because that is your inner being and your higher self telling you something. It's telling you something. It's giving you a little nudge. And let me just tell you, that nudge gets louder and louder and louder until you can't deny it anymore. Society is so used to numbing their feelings, numbing their intuition, numbing their gut instincts. And that nudge keeps getting louder and louder and louder until you can't deny it anymore. So the best thing to do is just listen to it. Like, okay, all right, like, what do you have to tell me? And sometimes in our limited perception, we may not like it at first. I didn't like it at first. You are a vessel. No, thank you. But I was looking at it from such a limited perspective, and I didn't see, because I saw it as, okay, well, I have to do this thing that seems like a lot of work and a lot of responsibility. And like, what about me? What about me? But the thing is, we don't realize that by stepping into our purpose, stepping into our power, stepping into our sovereignty, it is opening up an amazing, magical world of abundance where we can receive way more than what we ever imagined for ourselves. The universe literally wants to shower you in abundance, but you have to allow it. And so it's like this ebb and flow. In order for things to keep flowing, you serve, and you also have to receive. So it's not just you showing up and serving and serving and serving and serving and serving. You also have to receive to keep that ebb and flow going. And it's so powerful. So there's two things that I want to bring up, and I talk about these all the time, but just in case you're tuning in for the first time, and it's really good reminders because we so easily forget. So number one is, one of my favorite quotes is, you can't pour from an empty cup, so you have to take care of you first. So I believe in serving from your overflow. So making sure that you keep tabs on your cup and you don't allow it to get depleted. So yes, serve, yes, live your purpose, and also allow abundance. Make sure you're taking time for self-care, making sure you're taking time for self-love, making sure that your basic needs are met and your wants and desires are met as well. So it balances things out, because if you're constantly serving, you're going to get depleted if you're not filling your cup. I say it all the time, but it's a reminder that we all need. I need that reminder myself, because sometimes I get into work mode and I don't spend as much time doing the things to fill my cup. So we all need that reminder. Second thing is hedonic and eudaimonic happiness. So hedonic happiness stems from the word hedonism. So hedonism is for our own pleasure. It's all about us. And I was very much in that mode of like, I don't want to be a vessel. I want my life to be about me. What about me? I was very much on that end of the spectrum. And I'm honest with you guys, because, that's the purpose of this. I mean, this podcast is kind of like my diary. But also just to know, like, if I'm experiencing this, maybe someone else is experiencing this. So me being honest and speaking up about it gives other people the courage to speak up about it as well. You're not alone in this. I see you, I feel you, I hear you. So hedonic happiness is all about self-pleasure, all about you. I was very much on that end of the spectrum. And then eudaimonic happiness is all about serving and giving back and doing for others. And I've also been on that end of the spectrum, because I realized, okay, I'm kind of selfish here. So like, let me do for others. But then I was doing too much because I became depleted. I was giving too much of myself and not pouring into my own cup and taking care of my own self and my own desires. So I believe the key to happiness and fulfillment is serving and making sure you're taking care of yourself. So that happy medium between the two, making sure you know what your basic needs are, making sure you know what your desires are, and serving from your overflow, making sure that you're pouring into your cup. So when you're pouring into others, you have enough in your cup to give, to spare. So that is really, really powerful, especially with living your purpose, because it is going to be challenging. It is going to be work. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would be living their purpose if it was easy. It's going to challenge you because it's creating that power and that confidence and that force and that fire that you need to step into your purpose, to step into your sovereignty. And it's powerful stuff, you guys. It's powerful stuff. And I think that there's some people that are just okay with living regular, average lives. And that's okay. That is okay. But if you want to leave a legacy, if you want to experience that next level of passion and excitement and fulfillment and happiness and joy, these are the things that are required. So, really quick recap on the 6 steps to a decadent you. Step number 1 is clarity. Step number 2 is confidence. Step number 3 is courage. Step number 4 is communication. Step number 5 is humility. And step number 6 is purpose. So, why did I create this? I created this because I feel like this is my life's work. This is my life's work. I've been told by energy healers, like I'm sent here to teach people. I'm sent here to share messages and lessons. I'm sent here to show people that there's more. There's better. And I just got chills. So this is my life's work. And I put it into a program called Decadent Academy. I love the word decadent. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. And it's me standing in my truth, because my whole entire life, I've been told I was extra. And you know what? For once in my life, I am owning it. Yes, I'm extra. Yes, I love my glitter wall. Yes, I love my purple hair. So I needed this program a few years ago. And these are the things that I actually went through and I had to work through and peel the layers back to get to who I am today, standing in my truth, in my fullest expression, glitter and all, and owning it. And it feels so good because I'm attracting people now that love me for me, like all of me, not the toned down, like proper version of me, but people who love me for me. And there is no better feeling in the world than to feel loved, appreciated, accepted, respected for who you truly are. And not saying the other me wasn't me, it just was me trying to fit into a box. And I think that 10, 20 years ago, a business owner did have to look a certain way. You thought business owner, you probably thought, man in a 3-piece suit. Times have changed. Times have changed. We are in a different world now. And today is the day that you can be you, all of you. You don't have to look, act, or be a certain way for people to accept and embrace you. You can be you. And the more you are you, the more you're going to build a tribe of people that love you fiercely. I would rather have people love me for who I truly am than me trying to fit into this little box and people like me for that, because then I'm denying who I am. I'm sending the message to my inner self that I'm not comfortable with who I truly am. And those are the deep layers of confidence. Are you truly comfortable with who you are? Do you feel comfortable enough to show up in the world who you truly are? So this program is really about stepping into your truth. And this is really for thought leaders. This is for trailblazers, people who they know that they're meant to be here for a specific reason. I believe that everyone is meant to be here for a specific reason, but people that are ready to step into it, they're like, yes, like, let's do this. Like, I'm ready. Like, this is for them. So Decadent Academy, I have 6 things that you should know about Decadent Academy. So number 1 is it's designed to help you step into your sovereignty. So if you're at this point where you're like, okay, I know I have a purpose. I know I'm here for a reason. I know my gifts are like, they're burning inside of me because they're ready to come out. They're ready to be shared with the world. This is for you. This program is for you. The second thing you should know about Decadent Academy is it's all about healing, transformation, and personal growth. I am a huge, huge, huge advocate for self-development and personal growth. So this is going to help you heal. This is going to help you uncover some stuff, build some self-awareness, see where you may have some blind spots, because we know what we know what we don't know, but we don't know what we don't know. Let me say that again. We know what we know what we don't know. Like I know that I don't know Chinese, but we don't know what we don't know. So we have blind spots. So this is going to help you really build some self-awareness and see where maybe this is why I'm holding back. Maybe this is why I haven't reached the level of success that I desire. Maybe this is why, things are not exactly where I want them to be. The third thing that you should know about Decadent Academy is it includes sound therapy, guided meditations, and journal prompts. So as you know, I am now certified in sound therapy. And so I am providing a lot of sound therapy and guided meditations to really help you peel some layers back. This is not a spiritual bypassing type of like program. This is not like slap on happy and like that's it. Like, you know, say some affirmations and that's it. We're diving deep. So like if you want to like really get to like some core stuff, we're gonna do some exercises and ask some thought-provoking questions that's really going to cause you to like dive deep, you know? And the only way that we're going to really step into our sovereignty is if we work through some of that stuff that's holding us back. So yeah, this is going to be amazing, you guys. The fourth thing you should know about Decadent Academy is there's a lot of glitter. There's a lot of glitter and I love it. So it was such a pleasure to put this program together. And I've put so many programs together for myself and for my clients. And I realized that like so many times people try to create something that they think will make money, create something that they think the market wants, rather than creating what feels good. This program, I created what I felt, what felt good to me, what looked good to me. I'm such a visual person. As you can see, I love things to be pretty and aesthetically pleasing and glittery and glamorous. So while I've been told so much too glamorous, and I mean, obviously women love glamour. So like, who gave me that advice? It obviously was a man. Obviously it was a man that gave me that advice, but it's aesthetically pleasing. There's a lot of glitter. And I'm not saying that this program is just for women, because it's not. It's for men too. And don't think that men don't like pretty things. Hello, they like women. So, you know, it's for men as well, because men also have to fit this mold. You know, men on the other end, they can't be emotional. Men can't cry. Men can't do this. So they also put men in a box. So this is not just for women. So if a man is okay with looking at glitter, this is for men too. This is not just for women because it's all glittery. It is glittery, but the message, the core message, it's about self-development. It's about personal growth. It's about standing in your truth and peeling back the layers of the social norms and the pre-programming and you feeling like you have to fit this mold, and really stepping into who you are in your fullest expression, in your sovereignty, and not feeling like you have to be a certain way, because men suffer from it too. Oh, if I'm emotional, or if I cry, or if I'm not tough, people are not going to think I'm a man. So there's so many social norms that are placed on both men and women. So this program is for both, as long as you're okay with the glitter. All right. So the fifth thing that you should know about Decadent Academy is one of the best parts is the community. So it is going to have a private Facebook group for members only, and it is for decadent individuals to celebrate each other. So this is where you can come and say, hey, I just got this promotion, and people can celebrate you, and you feel like you can share your wins without feeling like, oh, I don't want people to think that I'm bragging. No, let us celebrate you. The more we celebrate each other, the more we're going to raise the vibration. Like, yes, like tell me the good things going on in your life. And also a place to share your journey and your struggles. And it's okay to be emotional. So many people feel like, oh, this person has emotions. Oh, this person has feelings. They're an empath. We all have feelings. We all have feelings, and it is okay. We are dynamic, like, beings where we have a wide range of emotions that we can experience. So it's okay to feel. If you're sad, if you're mad, if you're angry, share that. Don't stay there long, because, you know, the goal is to raise the vibration, but we're not spiritually bypassing. We're not going to suppress or dismiss the feelings. Like, let's lean into them and see where they're coming from. What's the core that's causing this emotion or this feeling? We have to stop allowing society to tell us we have to be either or. You can have it all. You can be a freaking bomb business person and still be silly and still be loving and still have moments of softness and compassion. You don't have to choose either or. You can have it all. Life is meant to be a abundant. So that is what this program is about. So a safe space for you to be all of you. If you are a business person and you need a moment of just being silly or sad or sensitive or vulnerable, whatever it is, you're welcome. You're welcome to share that portion of you that you felt like you had to hide in this group. Whew, you guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, so the sixth thing that you need to know about Decadent Academy is it's a monthly membership, which creates continuous support and accountability. So it's an initial investment that gets you the 6 modules. So it's 6 self-study modules, and then it's a monthly fee to keep you in the private members only group. And the beauty of that is where I'm going to add up-to-date exercises, up-to-date motivational videos, up-to-date like sound therapy recordings and guided meditations and affirmations. And it keeps you in the group so you can continue to receive support from other Decadent members, continue to receive support from me, and accountability. Because a lot of times, I'll tell you what happens a lot of times. People are pumped up. They're like, yes, I'm going to do this. Personal growth, self-development, let's go. And then it gets a little difficult. It gets a little uncomfortable because you start digging up stuff that you're like, ooh, this doesn't feel good. Ooh, this is ugly, you know? And then you want to turn away. You want to go back to where it's safe and comfortable and known. And the thing is, when you have support that's like, I got you. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I feel you. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not going to say, oh, it's okay. You'll be okay. No, I'm going to sit here with you in your uncomfort, in your pain, in your, you know, whatever you're feeling. I'm going to sit here with you. We're in this together. We're in this together. We're in the arena together. We're showing up, and it's okay. Like, your feelings are valid. So I'm not going to dismiss it and be like, you'll be okay. No, like, feel how you're feeling, and I'm here with you. I'm here with you. Let's not stay there too long, because obviously people, you know, can tend to wallow in negative vibes, but like, let's lean in and see what's here that we can uncover, what we can unpack, so we can release it and set it free and really continue to move forward in a powerful way. So not like, okay, we're going to sweep this under the rug. No, like, let's lean in. Let's peel some layers back. Let's clean up some shit so we can step into the people that we're meant to be, step into the power and the sovereignty, and make the impact that we are sent here to make. So this is for people that I know are going to leave amazing legacies and create magic. And that's what this is about. It's about leadership. It's about really stepping into that leadership role. And in order to do that, it requires some healing. It requires some work. So this is all about personal growth, self-development, leadership, building that confidence, standing in your truth, doing it unapologetically, and being supported through the process. I love everything about this, you guys. I love everything about this. And I feel like, I know, you know, in my core, this is my life's work, to support people through this journey. And like I said, our purpose is bigger than us. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than my glitter. The glitter makes me feel good, but it allows me to show up my best self for you, you know? So, okay, you guys, really quick recap. If you have interest in finding out more information about Decadent Academy, you can go to niajae.com/decadent. So you can watch the video where I do a deep dive into all 6 steps. So that's the first step. Go to niajae.com/decadent. That's niajae.com/decadent. You can watch the video of all 6 steps. And if you are like, hell yes, then you can click the link below to sign up for Decadent Academy. It is going to be amazing. This, like, literally everything I've done is like filter, everything I've learned, everything that I've experienced, everything, like the coaching that I've done, where like, these are the things that I see people struggling with, I have put into this program, and I am ready to support you during your journey, stepping into your sovereignty. And I also want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate the parts of you that you didn't think anyone would want to celebrate, the parts of you that you felt like you had to hide because people wouldn't like or love you. Like, I want to see those parts of you and I want to celebrate them. When we shine our brightest, we actually illuminate everything around us and everyone. So we're raising the vibration together and shining the light on the whole world. I know it sounds cheesy, but seriously, like, raise the vibration, like, come together as a collective to raise the vibration and shine the brightest we can possibly shine. And just imagine the impact and the magic we are going to create in the world. Imagine. If you have any questions, I am here. Comment on any platform that you are tuning in from, and I will be sure to answer any questions you have. And until next time, be decadent. Thank you for tuning in to the Abundance Hack Show. I would love to hear from you. Leave your comments and questions, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our yummy episodes. Every time you leave a 5-star rating or review, I do my happy dance.